Good evening. My name is Abisola Odebami, and I deliver solutions and enhancements for organizations. Let me explain. So, oftentimes it's challenging to identify blind spots within an organization, or even when known, figuring out how to address and improve on them could be quite difficult. This is where I come in as a business analyst with a creative mindset and a wealth of skills that I've acquired over the years. I utilize analytical tools and methodologies to uncover opportunities for improvement, optimize processes, and develop new ones. I essentially bridge the gap between users, data, and stakeholders, helping to visualize processes and also enabling the organization to achieve sustainable success. This is my internship overview, sorry. My highlights have been, one of which was where I co-led Sprint 4 with another team member and working on wireframes, process mapping, user story writing, daily stand-ups, and the requirement elicitation meetings that we had. Overall, I've done 8 PBIs. I documented, not documented, sorry, I was assigned 5 documents to work on, which I did, and also 5 blog posts, and I will be sharing those with you now. So on Chat Hands, the first blog post I made was explaining process maps to kids. And this was because I believe that if you're able to break down information for a child to understand, it shows that you have a great understanding of the subject matter. And here I use an example of getting ready for school to talk about process mapping. And this is what I came up with. I know it can go into more detail, but this is essentially to get the gist of it and to create understanding. I also talked about dealing with a difficult stakeholders. My belief is that yes, we might see someone as difficult, but I don't like to think or approach that matter that way. I think one of the factors to consider is to look into reasons as to why they're proven difficult. And also it's important to understand their role in the project and see how to get the best out of them. So instead of having meetings with a quick email suffice. So I just wrote about that. And also I wrote about asking questions. And I think as a BA, it's one of the most important things that we need to be able to do. And I think that even though you might think it's a stupid question, I always just say ask, because that way you get a great understanding of what's required, and it could make a difference between a successful project and a not so successful project. Yeah, this was, so then I asked people to respond, talking about tips for eliciting requirements. I also asked about an as-is process for a startup organization, something I've thought about, and just drawing that out. What if an organization had no current process? Is that even possible? Things like that was just one of the things I asked. And this was a
Nick
2B.
left.
Thank you. This was a 2B process map that I created just for fun, or practicing rather, I should say. And I'll just go on. This is our end of internship task. I wrote about the projects that we worked on Long Rich Way. That's been sent in, so you can look into detail in the documents. I also talked about project initiation, user story writing, acceptance criteria. I did a glossary, definition of ready, definition of done, and some of the PBIs that I worked on with the wireframes attached, functional requirements. I mean, I was paired up with someone to do that, so but it was a joint effort. And this was Sprint 4, the document I created when we were trying to assign tasks. And yeah, overall, it was a very intense but valuable experience. And I'm now with the knowledge and confidence to practice in the corporate world. Thank you for your time. That'll be all from me.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Adejoke Adeshino, and this is end of internship presentation of what I have done. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, I've worked on long reach way e-commerce registration process review, the process map illustration, the interaction between customer and system during the registration process on long reach way e-commerce website. It's clearly the essential step involved from the initial start to the final confirmation. Here is detailed breakdown of the customer journey. So that is the and also these are the things I've worked on. Yeah, I did this on sprint 3. We started with non-functional page. On sprint 4, we then moved to the functional page. Then sprint 5, final, we worked on the payment platform. And these are the stories. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is it, and also I worked on visit store. Then I wrote story about it and description and everything, and also on the acceptance. These are my acceptance criteria. And on shop, I work on shop as well. And yes, these are the connect one. The connect I worked on as well. These are the acceptance criteria, and these are everything. And these are the wireframe I worked on. This is it. And that's the end of the presentation. And the next slide is what I'm showing now is the BA tax I did on the chat. So, okay. Next, hello. All right. So this is the BA tax I worked on at the additional. Yeah, introduction. I welcome everyone to the presentation of my business analyst tax. The report is participants with essential business analyst skill and knowledge to provide and experience with industrial standard tools and methodologies to prepare participant world business analyst challenge. Yeah, next slide. What is Visio? I also work on Visio. So this is it. What is Visio and how it's set up? So Visio is a diagram and a vector graphic application. It helps create professional diagram, flow chart, organization charts, floor plan, network diagram, and more. So how to set up, we can set up by subscribing, by buying of subscription. You can download the Visio and run the installer, activate it. Yeah, that is it. Next one is, what's this? Sorry, yeah, what are the symbols in Vicious? So we have different symbols. So I already put out few of it. So we have a process one and end to end, and also so process. We have on page preference, we have data and off page preference. So processing mapping types an example. Processing mapping is a visual presentation of steps involved in a business process. It outlines the sequence of activities, participant inputs, and outputs in a clear and structured way. So these are the process map types. We have flow chart. We have many, but I only put out few. We have flow chart, we have swim lane, and we have value stream. So stakeholder management in BA. Effective stakeholder management is critical in business analysis, as it ensures that all parties' needs and expectation are understood and met. So these are how to gather stakeholder requirements. You identify the stakeholder, understand stakeholder needs, collect requirements, document requirements, and also how to elicit requirements. We have interview, workshop, survey, and questionnaires, observation documents, and many more, and protocol. So the rest of it is focus group, use cases and scenario, challenges during requirements gathered. We have unclear of evolving requirements, That's solution use iterate method like agile to accommodate changes. We have communication barriers. We have stakeholder availability, conflict requirements. Next slide. Just challenging during requirement gathered. Yeah, this is continuation. So lack of stakeholder engagement, scope creep, cultural and organizational differences, technique, constraint, ambiguity, and misinterpretation. So this is methodologies in business analysis. So business analysis methodology provides structured approach for understanding business needs, identify solution, and ensuring that solution delivered value. Here are some of the methodology. We have waterfall, agile, and lean methodology, and Six Sigma. So in conclusion, choosing the right methodology depends on the project nature, complexity, and requirements. Understand those methodology helps business analysts tailor their approach to deliver optimal results, ensuring efficiency, quality, and customer satisfaction. So, and also we have what I worked on is SWOT analysis in business analysis. So business analysis methodology provides structured approach for understanding business needs, identifying solution, ensuring that the solution delivered value. Here are some of the methodologies. So these are the methodologies, the one I screenshot to put out there. And why choose SWOT analysis? We have versatility, ease of use, comprehensive framework, stakeholder engagement, foundation of further analysis, action oriented. BBD and acceptance criteria. What is BBD? BBD is behavior driven development. It's a software. So let me just say BBD and we have Gekin. Conclusion, business analysis training is as successful equipment. Thank you. This is it. Thank you.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Jeremy Kadri. This is the end of internship report, which is represented by me. Basically, I like to go through the agenda. I'll be speaking on the elevator pitch, my team participation, user stories and acceptance criteria that I worked on, artifacts, and some of the works I did on Chatham blog post. And hello, and thank you once again for the opportunity to speak. My name is Jeremy Kadri. I'm an accomplished business analyst with an experience in eliciting, analyzing, and documenting business requirements. I bridge the gap between business needs and opportunity and technology solutions, aligning projects with organizational objectives in order to maximize value. I leverage on agile methodology, agile and waterfall methodology to manage and deliver complex projects on time and within budgets. I also conducted comprehensive business analysis process, identify inefficiencies, and propose innovative solutions that enhance performance. I'm well versatile in the use of Azure Board and other business analysis tools like Microsoft Office, Microsoft Visio, Miro, and other tools. I excelled in a fast-paced environment with challenging deadlines, demonstrating excellent interpersonal and communication skills to build connections and trust with stakeholders. I collaborated effectively with developers, QA testers, and business stakeholders, showcasing exceptional communication and stakeholder management skills. I led with exemplary leadership, mentoring, and managerial expertise as a business development manager. I would also like to discuss how my wealth of experience as a customer relationship, client relationship executive, business development manager, and also a BA will be a great asset to your organization. I'll be moving on to my team participation during the course of the internship. I happen to be the BA coordinator and also Team Agile BA lead for Sprint 1. During the course of the training, I was opportunity to attend most of the sessions from Sprint 0 to Sprint 5, and it's still ongoing. We recorded some sessions which were uploaded on the YouTube and all that. I attended most of the daily standups, then facilitated requirements meeting with the PO alongside with the other BAs, facilitated requirement meetings. Then I worked on a few PBIs that was assigned to me and user stories alongside with the other members of the Agile BA team. And I collaborated with other BAs to populate user stories and acceptance criteria on Azure board. I assisted some of the members to review their user stories and acceptance criteria ahead of requirement. Then also, I wrote a total of 14 user stories and acceptance criteria from sprint 1 to sprint 5. Then I also participated in setting up various team meetings and links to team members. Then I also collaborated with other members to design mind maps, use cases, process maps, and other artifacts. Then these are the PBI, these are the stories I wrote during the course of the intern. For SharePoint page, I worked on team information, release date, header, tagline. Then other stories for sprint 2, lessons learned linked to Azure board. Then for sprint 3, which is a long reach way website, the user icons, currency icons, shopping cart icon, and offers and coupons, terms and conditions, about footer and footer, then capture for sprint 5. Also, these are some of the screenshots of the acceptance criteria and user stories that I wrote during the course of the training. Then head to sprint 2, the user stories, some of the artifacts produced, which is the wireframes. Sorry. The wireframes are here. And the user stories for sprint 3.
1 minute left.
And the wireframes. Also, quickly, I'll rush to the task on, these are wireframe, the task on Charton. This is a process map for long-way reach. Is a data profile from registration to ordering an item. This is a use case produced for long reach way. This is a mind map to show the requirements elicited. Then I'll be going to the Charton post. These are the works I did on Charton. The question that we asked answered, this is, what is a RACI matrix? And it talked about the RACI matrix on the RACI matrix chart that you can see. Then I went on to write about how to set up Microsoft Visio, and I also showed some of the symbols in Microsoft Visio. Then going ahead is understanding the concept of use case. This is it, and this is just a simple use case that showed a library system. And this talks about tools that are used by BA. This is Visio, Jira, among many other tools that is used by BA. This talks about the understanding process maps, how a process map works, and some of the symbols you use in process map here. And this is a high level process map for Amazon using BPMN, BPM basic tools on BPMN. And that's the end of the report. Thank you.
That's it. Is that better? Okay. My name is Feta Tamaran, a skilled and dedicated business analyst with recent hands-on experience in an agile environment at Blue Sky Citadel. During my 3-month internship, I effectively utilized tools such as Excel, MS Teams, Balsamic, Miro, Wireframe, Visio, Zoom, and Azure DevOps to facilitate efficient project management and execution. My technical proficiency includes BPMN, use case diagrams, user journeys, mind mapping, requirement collection, user acceptance testing, and stakeholder management. I'm confident, diligent, and innovative with exceptional communication skills and the ability to multitask in a fast-paced professional settings. During my training, some of my responsibility included sprint planning sessions for product backlog prioritization and sprint review sessions. And I effectively broke down epics into manageable features and user stories and acceptance criteria. One notable project I contributed was the development of an e-commerce platform for long reach. We developed a robust online storefront designed to provide a seamless shopping experience for long reach customers. The platform features a lawyer program, customer reviews, and personalized product recommendations to enhance user engagement. I'm eager to leverage my skills and experience to contribute to dynamic business environment and drive successful project outcomes. Okay, so I'll show you some of my. Give it 1 second. Okay. Okay. From the beginning of this. Okay. So overview of my internship with Blue Sky Citadel. Okay, I'll just quickly go around as quick as I can. I'm running up a 3-month intense business analyst training course, and these are some of the topics we covered. Obviously, not all, but a few ones I just lay my hands on. And these on our first project, we worked on a SharePoint project, and these are screenshots just on what we worked on. And sprint 2, it was still SharePoint project we worked on, and I was allocated one PBI, and this was my PBI. And these are some of stuff from the project. This is sprint 2 PBI as well, and sprint 3 project mandate, which was still long reach. So I don't want to go through everything, that might take me time. And this was one of another PBIs that I did. And obviously stuff from the long reach project. More screenshots. Okay, from here, these are the questions we were given to answer on Chattans. So obviously I did research on my questions and answers before uploading them on Chattans. We had 10 questions. I think I was able to populate 8 questions on Chattans, and these are the questions I populated on Chattans. Steps to set up Microsoft Visio, obviously how to customize your diagram, the purpose of using Microsoft Visio, communication planning, Microsoft Visio and symbols of use process maps, and methodology concept of business analysis. These are the research I did on the questions. Stakeholder management, these are questions and answers. How to gather requirements in business analysis were one of my questions as well. Challenges with requirement gathering, SWOT analysis and benefits of a business analyst was one of my questions. Acceptance criteria, BDD and TDD. Obviously, I can't go through them. Continuation of the AC, BDD and TDD. Tools used by a business analyst was also one of the questions. Continuation of tools used by BA. Handling conflict requirements. And I'll just go straight to, okay, these are screenshots from Chattans. I did some of the screenshots. Screenshot again, screenshot again, screenshot again, screenshot again. Yep, that's me. Thank you very much.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Felicia. I'm here to end of an internship report. And this is my professional summary, elevator pitch. I'm a business analyst with business improvement and stakeholder satisfaction at the core of my job function. I hold a master's degree in information system, where system modeling, design and development, and IT project management were my strengths. I'm adept in using project management and requirement management tools like Azure DevOps, Microsoft Project, and also have a good command of SQL. Other tools I'm adept with, all the Microsoft Office suites, Miro, Visio. Additionally, I have a good understanding in modeling, ASIS, and to build business processes using UML and BPMN notations. tools in order to identify areas of improvement and implementing strategies to eliminate waste and reduce cost. I'm strong in communicating technical information to non-technical stakeholders and foster collaboration among diverse stakeholders. At Blue Sky Citadel Consulting, my present employer, I am part of a team that delivered 2 IT solutions as a sole business analyst. The projects were SharePoint collaborative and document repository development and e-commerce website for one of the leading wellness product distribution chain in the world. I've honed my skill in identifying business needs, analyzing data, and developing solutions to enhance business operation. My roles involve close collaboration with stakeholders to gather, analyze, and document requirements, ensuring clear project objectives and success criteria. I've also played pivotal roles with user acceptance testing to ensure solutions are meets business needs. With a solid understanding of IT systems and methodologies, I'm well equipped for roles in either agile or waterfall development environment. Thank you. And this is my task on Chattans. My URL on Chattans is chattans.com/profile/solution, and these are the questions I've been able to answer. This is my profile page, how to set up VCO, stakeholder concept management, requirement elicitation. These are screenshots, stakeholder matrix. Question on BDD and TDD, how to resolve and prioritize conflicting requirements by different stakeholders. What is SWOT analysis? Its significance and alternative to SWOT. Use case, specification and the diagrams. The RACI matrix, and business process map. This is the process map for the Long Reach website. Thank you. And these are individual processes for segments of the project. Thank you. My end of project report. So, this one. Yeah, these are what I did during the internship. I was able to a total of 8 PBIs were developed, were written and committed up till done in the 2 projects that I've worked on. We have worked on as BAs. User stories are my user stories and my acceptance criteria, with also the wireframing concept of it, and the artifacts that I've developed during this internship. The artifacts during the internship are business requirement document, which we developed as part of a team. We're paired in our group, and I can lay my hands on all of them. I can practically deliver the RACI matrix, the mind map showing how we were able to configure our users to our epic features and PBIs. This is the stakeholder matrix and the map that was done using Excel, and to be able to understand how to deal with stakeholders. This is the use case diagram that I drew. This is a use case specification for and basic flow for each segment or each functionalities. This for register. This is for login. This is for payment, and for adding product to shopping cart. This is what we call it, functional requirement that was described of the Long Reach Way website. And this is a requirement traceability metrics. Here, the left change request form. This is the Long Reach Way website process map workflow. Thank you, that I drew.
Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay. My name is Gladys Nwachukwu, and this is my end of business analysis internship reports. And here is my agenda, elevator pitch, my blog posts, sprints, artifacts, and I can't say the rest now. Minimize it. All right. My name is Gladys Nwachukwu, and I am an experienced business analyst with a passion for driving successful. Let me put this down. Driving successful business transformation initiative with a background in requirements gathering, process modeling, and data visualization. I excel in translating complex business challenges into actionable plans that drive measurable improvements. In my current role at Blue Sky Citadel, I have achieved a 95% user satisfaction rate for newly implemented systems through effective stakeholder management and requirement gathering. I am adept at creating comprehensive documentation and leveraging communication skills to ensure project goals are met. My experience extends beyond business analysis, as I have successfully managed classrooms as a cover supervisor, implementing strategies that reduce classroom disruption by 40% and maintain curriculum continuity during teacher absences. With a master's in education and a bachelor's in English and literary studies, I bring a diverse skill set to the table, including requirement analysis, data visualization, and stakeholder management. I am committed to continual professional development and aspire to be a trusted partner in unlocking organizations' full potential through innovative projects and strategic thinking. I'm excited about the opportunity to bring my analytical skills and passion for driving change to a dynamic and forward-thinking organization like yours. Thank you for considering me for this role. And that's my elevator pitch. And then I move to the next one. I don't know why it's not moving. Wait. All right, here are the screenshots of my Chatham blog posts. I did some Chatham blog posts, and that's my profile on Chatham's. And I did I posted 10 blog posts on Chatham's, and here are the blog posts that I posted on Chatham's, where I told people or explained to people some of the tools, priority conflicting requirements as a business analyst, the BDD. I also talked about navigating the art of prioritizing conflicting requirements as a business analyst. And I talked about SWOT analysis and I talked about management. I talked about the tools, the right tools to use as a business analyst, where I mentioned the VCO, I mentioned the processing map, I mentioned the Excel, and also we have RACI metrics. As for the business analyst, I talked about the use, why we need it as a business analyst, and I also looked at unlocking business success with use case analysis, and that's for my Chatterns. And for on Azure DevOps, I have written 10 user stories. And these 10 user stories here are the screenshots of my 10 user stories for the sprint one, where we started with the SharePoint page. That was my first experience. It wasn't too fantastic, but as time goes on, I got better. And I had a link to helpful resources. I also had sprint 2. I had 2 user stories. From sprint 3, I had 1 user story. Sprint 4, I had 5. And sprint 5, I had 1, which is the chapter capture. Then these are the screenshots of user stories that I wrote. Like I said, I have written 10, and during our user stories, we always have the requirements, solicitation, and we had I attended daily stand-up, and these are my user stories all here. That's the rest of it. The artifacts used for each sprint, we have these. as my swim lane. I have the Amazon process map, and then the long reach way registration process, and then the long reach way e-commerce. And wireframe as well. I have done some wireframes. Here are the screenshots of the wireframes that I have done for all. And then the upcoming sprint task that we have for sprint 6, we have the process map for the entire project.
So, sorry, 1 minute. 1 minute. Can you go back to the wireframe again, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Those are all the wireframes I've created. And then these are the upcoming sprints that we have for sprint 6. We've just been given that to be done. And that's it. Thank you. And then I have my special time for me to show my Word documents. Yeah.
Time up already?
Yeah, just run through. You
Is
can
my
just
time
run
up?
through it. Yeah, you can run through it very quickly.
Okay, so the end of internship task, I did just 2 tasks here. Can you see it, please? For the long reach way, we had 4 questions, but I chose to do just 2 on my. I couldn't do it on the prep major. For some reasons I couldn't, so I did it on Word, Microsoft Word. Here is the long reach way, which is a major project we did. And yes, during these projects, this is what we did. We did the process map registration, which started showing from the start, how you start, how the user, we looked at the customer, the inputs, the system, and then the customer and the system, which is what we did, and how you can impute the process until you get to the end. And then all my user stories, these are the user stories and wireframe that I did, the ones that are non-functional, the static one, and the functional ones. And these are, and then the screenshots of all the user stories that I did on Azure DevOps and wireframes, all wireframes. And then the other artifacts, like I showed on my and that's it. Thank you.
Oh, no, sorry. Can you go back? Seen that wireframe before, right? Is that right?
Which one?
Go back. This one.
This is the artifact this was the one we did, the process mapping. This one is the long reach way registration and the process map, the Amazon process map.
Yeah. What I was saying is like I've seen it before, right?
Yeah.
So why the one that did this one or someone else did it?
No, this was a teamwork that what we did it was a teamwork. We all did this together. And then yes, there's the one I did was the Amazon, the one on the Amazon process map.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, that's more for.
And please. Hello. Good evening, everyone. So this is my end of program presentation for my summer internship at Blue Sky Citadel. And I'll be starting off with a professional summary of basically my elevator pitch, Chattan's task, end of internship report, and the last thing would be a glance through prep major tasks. So my professional summary / elevator pitch is this. So hello, my name is Damsa Ogloa, and I'm very excited about the prospects of supporting your organization in achieving its business needs as it undergoes its agile transformation. So as a business analyst and a professional Scrum Master, I have a strong track record of improving business processes and supporting strategic decision-making through data-driven solutions in an environment that fosters collaboration and continuous learning. Improving operational efficiency and making informed decisions are very essential to me. I have consistently delivered innovative solutions that enhance customer satisfaction, with past efforts contributing to a 13% increase in customer satisfaction scores. My strong ability to identify business needs and analyze complex systems at every stage of project delivery allows me to streamline operations and help organizations achieve their strategic goals. I excel as a stakeholder management consultant, ensuring that I align the business needs, the business objectives by efficiently engaging all relevant parties. I am also skilled in gathering requirements and translating them into actionable plans, guiding projects to a successful completion. And by utilizing analytical tools and techniques in my toolbox, I uncover insights that help drive strategic initiatives and enhance operational efficiency. And these are a few of the reasons why I know that I would be a great fit, actually, and an addition to your organization. Also, in the capacity of a professional Scrum Master, I have led cross-functional teams through agile transformations using Scrum and Kanban methodologies. I've coached product owners on effective backlog management and prioritization techniques like Moscow, which has resulted in a 15% reduction in ad hoc meeting times. Integrating Scrum principles and business analysis processes has improved project outcomes and accelerated delivery times. In your organization, my role is vital in managing complex projects and empowering teams to reach their full potential. I'm committed to fostering a collaborative team environment and promoting continuous improvement, which is essential for adapting to change and achieving long-term success. I am continuously learning and developing my skills by staying up to date with industry best trends and practices. And this is why organizations' values on innovation, simplicity, and humanity closely align with my core values. I am also a strong communicator, a problem solver, and a critical thinker. These attributes have helped me to drive positive outcomes in the organizations I've worked with. So in summary, I must say that my dual expertise as a business analyst and Scrum Master enables me to deliver results that align with business objectives while empowering teams to succeed. I'm very eager to contribute to your company's agile transformation and help drive meaningful change within your organization. Thank you very much for considering my experience and skills, and I look forward to the opportunity to discuss how I can add value to your team and organization. Thank you. So I'll briefly gloss through Chattan's, the rest of the presentation, starting with the Chattan's task. So a glance through my profile on Chattan's, which shows my visits, the points, the blog posts that I've added 12. Also, there were 12 tasks that I was supposed to address as a BA, 12 of them, which is all in this slide that I know management will be able to look through in detail later. One of them is methodologies I am familiar with in the business analysis context. Another one is stakeholder management, and it's detailed because it summarizes everything that a business analyst or a professional needs to know about stakeholder management. Also, SWOT analysis, which is a very useful tool, and why I think acceptance criteria is written in behavioral driven development instead of test driven development. These are all blog posts that are very that would give you a good read on the Chattan's website. Just racing through this quickly. Also, one of the things I worked on was the end of internship task, and it details the artifacts I created solely, which are customer journey maps, PBIs, user stories, wireframes for 8 PBIs. Artifacts I worked on with someone else as a pair, and the artifacts I contributed to as a team member, which includes rating matrix, use case, glossary, and stakeholders map. Just looking at this briefly, the timeline of my internship so far, which started on the 10th of June of this year and And I would say the timeline covers till yesterday, August 4th of 2024. And my attendance and other details are there for management to gloss over later. And I have screenshots of the PBIs, the wireframes. This is an artifact, a racing matrix that I worked on, as well as use case diagram, the glossary, stakeholders map. And finally, these screenshots just shows that I submitted the tasks as required on the Prep Major websites. And that's it. Thank you very much.
My name is Goodness Chinyaka. I am a business analyst from the Binary team. I will be talking briefly today about my profile statement, my internship so far at Blue Sky Citadel, and a number of things our sponsor had asked us to talk about, and my shartons as well. As a seasoned business analyst with several years of experience in the industry, I bring a wealth of knowledge and a proven track record in driving business efficiency and innovation. My expertise lies in leveraging data analytics and strategic insights to identify business needs, streamline processes, and enhance decision-making, which I display in my current role as a business analyst intern at Blue Sky Citadel. Proficient in various analytical tools, including Visio, Balsamic, and many others. I excel at translating complex data into actionable strategies that support organizational goals. I am highly skilled in stakeholder management, Scrum and Agile methodologies, requirement gathering, mind mapping, process mapping, use case modeling, and many others, ensuring that business objectives are met with precision and clarity. My collaborative approach fosters strong relationships with cross-functional teams and stakeholders, cross-functional teams and stakeholders, facilitating seamless communication and alignment on project goals. With a keen eye for detail and a commitment to continuous improvement, I am dedicated to helping organizations achieve operational excellence and sustained growth. My passion for innovation and problem solving drives me to stay abreast of industry trends and advancements, ensuring that my contributions are both current and impactful. And that's my professional summary, my CV created, my CV reviewed, the end of program tax done, all uploaded on the board and moved to BA done. I started my internship at Blue Sky Citadel, 23rd of May, 2024, and I'm gonna walk you through my experience so far. And this was sprint one. The goal was the SharePoint project, and this was the goal, and this was the SharePoint mandate. This was it populated on the board, and this was my user story and my acceptance criteria, team members and roles and responsibilities. This was my wireframe, my second PBI, my wireframe, and then this is sprint 2, and this was the sprint goal, a continuation on the SharePoint website. These were the key meetings I attended. This was the sprint 2 signed off, and this was the mind map I created, the use case diagram, the backlog view, and this was the other PBI and acceptance criteria, the wireframe, and this was sprint 3. This was the goal, the long reach website, and the key meetings I attended. This was the mind map for sprint 3, the long reach use case diagram. This was what the backlog view looked like, and this was my PBI and acceptance criteria, and which is health article. This is the wireframe. This was the stakeholder matrix we worked on together as a team, and this was the requirement traceability matrix I created myself. And this was sprint 4. This was the goal, continuation of the long reach project, the key meetings I attended, the backlog overview, and this was the PBI I wrote, the acceptance criteria. This was the wireframe I created, and this was it replicated on the website. And this is the long reach order process I created, and the change request form I created with one of my colleagues. And the project, long reach project continued in sprint 5. This was the goal. This was the PBI I created and acceptance criteria. This was the wireframe I created. And the second PBI in the sprint, this was the PBI and acceptance criteria. This was the wireframe I created. I had written a number of 9 user stories and acceptance criteria and wireframes, and they all met the definition of ready and the definition of done. So based off of what we were told to do by our sponsor, this was how to create visual. I'm going to run through it quickly. This is the process map, and this was the one I created. I'm just going to glide through it quickly. This is the Amazon order system I created for the process mapping, the stakeholder management. This was also the stakeholder management matrix, business analysis methodologies, requirement elicitation. Just going to glide through this quickly because of time. The SWOT analysis, what it should look like for a long reach project. This is the BDD, brainstorming, the 5 whys, some tips, and this is why I created an overview for what the 5 whys will look like for a long reach project, Scrum methodology, mind mapping. This was what I created for the mind map. These are the tools I use, and this is how I use them. The balsamic, the visual, the different ways I use the visual, and this was Excel. This is what I created on Excel as well. And this is the racing matrix, and this is what we work together as a team. These are the lessons I learned, and this is what I did on Shattans. Sorry, please. I was privileged to get up to the second top member on Shattans. I was able to populate 41 questions. I had about 300 visits, 38 answers, and 2 best answers. And this is some things I did on the Shattans. And finally, what I had done on the reports, and this is what I've done on the report. But the tax 1, I had 2 questions done. The tax 2, I had 2 questions done, and these were some samples of it. Thank you very much.
That it will come. And the grace for us to overcome it. God will grant for us to be
Yeah, please go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ijoma, business analyst for Team A. Sorry, for Team Binary. This is my agenda. My professional summary reads, I'm a result-oriented business analyst with a robust experience in agile work environment, adept at leveraging a variety of analytical tools and methodologies to drive business efficiency and stakeholder satisfaction, proficient in Azure DevOps, Balsamic, Miro, Visio, Excel, with a proven track record in utilizing business process mapping and notation, use case diagrams, user journeys, mind maps, requirements gathering, user stories writing, and acceptance criteria formulation. Demonstrated expertise in conducting user acceptance testing, stakeholder management, and leading teams through successful sprint cycles. Committed to delivering exceptional value through strategic process improvements, advanced data analytics, and cross-functional collaborations. So this is the mind map of my resume, and I possess the technical skills, which include Azure DevOps, prototyping and wireframing, process modeling and analysis, data analytics, SAP, user stories creation, stakeholder management, use case diagram, and stakeholder analysis. Soft skills include effective communication, conflict resolution, business acumen, and detail-oriented. These are the trainings that I participated in. Accomplishments, I would say, for the internship. I participated in the 2 projects, SharePoint portal and long reach e-commerce platform. I contributed 7 PBIs, 3 for the SharePoint portal and 4 for the long reach website. I collaborated with the team on the development of some of the documents below, business requirement documents, stakeholder metrics, and long reach order process map. For sprint 4, I was the team lead. I was one of the team leads. We created 11 PBIs. We were able to commit 22 PBIs, and 7 of the PBIs developed. For my Chattans artifacts, these were the documents, or these are the questions I answered. This is a screenshot of my profile. I was able to work on the stakeholder management. This which involves identifying, analyzing, and engaging with individuals, organizations who have some level of interest in the project. The benefits include ensuring that the project goal aligns with the stakeholders' expectation and risk is mitigated also. This is the use case diagram. This is resolving conflicting requirements. So for instance, where you have two people that have huge value, sorry, let me put it this way, that have huge value that are bringing to the project, it is important that you set up this kind of metrics where you put in the requirement, the business value, the customer satisfaction, and the effort. This will give you an idea of which of the requirements to go for. And of course, that will resolve the issue. This is the RACI metrics, which is a responsibility chart that maps out tasks, key decisions involved in completing a project. This is acceptance criteria, BDD and TDD. This is a screenshot of the Microsoft Visio and common symbols that are used in it. The benefits include clarity and communication, identification of inefficiencies and standardization, integration. Lessons learned throughout the internship. This involves improved leadership, presentation, negotiation, and team collaboration skills, time management skills, requirement elicitation through interview method and interpretation, stakeholder identification and management using RACI and Power Influence metrics, data analysis with Excel using functions like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, IFLOOKUP, etc., improved knowledge on CV formatting, report generation, creation of business documents, and early identification of impediments and risk mitigation. Thank you.
Yeah, everyone, and obviously congratulations to everyone that's spot on. If you hear a child screaming, please do forgive me. But yes, I'm going to be taking through to my end of sprint report, which is a BA. So the agenda I am going to be covering today, I'm going to be going through my personal summary. I'm going to go through my Chatham's screenshots as well as my platform contribution. In terms of my platform contribution, I realized that I've attached it to the Blue Sky PowerPoint I've sent through. But I'm going to be going through what I've covered in terms of use stories and stuff. In terms of my personal summary, so I'm currently a business analyst at Blue Sky. As part of my internship, I worked part of a Scrum team.
Sorry, 1 minute. Can you start over, please? Yeah, I think
A business analyst at Blue Sky.
No, as in start from the beginning.
Oh, from the beginning, yeah. Okay, cool. So I don't know how much of you caught, but I'll start again from the beginning. So good evening, everyone. My name is Jack, and I'm the BA for Team Binary. And this is going to be my end of sprint report. The agenda I'm going to be covering for today is going to be my personal summary. So I'm going to go through my elevator pitch. I'm going to be covering my Chatham's screenshots as well as my platform contribution. First, I'm going to be going through my personal summary. So this is my elevator pitch. So I'm currently a business analyst at Blue Sky. And as part of my internship, I was part of a Scrum team that delivered 2 major projects. One of my recent projects was creating an internal SharePoint page for students. So the purpose of this project was to deliver a SharePoint portal tailored specifically for my project team, serving as a centralized repository for project resources. The second project I worked on was an e-commerce website called Longreach, a trusted health and beauty product company. The purpose of this project was to create an online shop where customers can purchase products 24/7, 365 days a year from the comfort of their own homes. I worked on the end-to-end customer journeys from viewing products, authentication, basket, as well as the checkout. So during the projects, I worked with the product owner and the Scrum team using my skills to gather requirements from the product owner by mapping user journeys and processes. I identified pain points and opportunities for improvement. I wrote user stories and acceptance criteria, which helped deliver a product that improved the customer's experience. So during the project, I worked with the product owner to, 1, gather requirements using elicitation, trying to understand what we're building, why we're building it, and who we're building it for. I use backlog management by creating mind map, process maps, as well as use case diagrams, which has helped us to visualize the customer's end-to-end journeys and create stories off the back of that. I used backlog prioritization, so using the Moscow method, which is basically method that must have, should have, could have, and obviously won't have right now to deliver our MVPs for each sprint. I use the stakeholder management by creating a RACI chart, which is basically who's responsible, who's accountable, who should be consulted, and who needs to be informed in each and every sprint for each and every process that we take. So during both projects, I worked as well as worked alongside the Scrum team. So with the Scrum team, I worked with them by facilitating the backlog refinement. So presenting user stories to the development team using the Gherkin syntax method to meet our definition ready and to confirm the acceptance criteria and clarity for any PBIs. During sprint planning, I facilitated this ceremony to prioritize user stories in line with that product roadmap for the Scrum team to estimate, as well as a sprint review where I use this to demo the completed work to stakeholders to gather feedback and to answer any questions. In both projects, clear communication and collaborations were key. I understood the stakeholder needs to translate. So I understood the stakeholder needs and translate them into actionable requirements. And my background in user journey and process mapping helps me identify key areas for improvement and ensures we deliver efficiently. Sorry, what's next? So in terms of the Chattan's website, so as a BA, I understand that knowledge is key, and we also have to keep updated with what's happening in the industry and in the market. And I've written a few articles on a blog post called Chattan's Questions, where I answered 11 questions. Some of the questions that I asked, so these are some of the screenshots. So basically, what is Visio? How to set Visio up? The purpose of why a BA will need to use Visio, and Visio and the symbols for process maps. So Visio is a visualization tool that BAs, as well as UX and UIs can use to bring a vision to light, which is something we can use like Balsamiq, Lucidchart, Draw.io. So basically just to draw and compact processes together. So I used the concept of business. So I've written the concept of business analysis, where I covered the business analysis core concept models, which covers the solution, the need, the context, stakeholders, change, as well as value. What stakeholder management is, how to identify stakeholders, how to prioritize stakeholders, how to assess stakeholders, the needs and the interests, as well as manage them, how to gather requirements. So we covered the elicitation, workshops, surveys. It's a good read, so obviously please do take some time to go and visit that. Cover SWOT analysis and obviously the benefit that it has to stakeholders. So SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Tools that BAs use, so Miro, Balsamiq, like I said, Visio, Lucidchart, Azure DevOps, and so on and so forth. Explain the acceptance criteria using BDD and TDD. So acceptance criteria and what is the definition of done, concept of use cases as well, and how to handle conflicting requirements, how to prioritize them, as well as the basic chart covered in there as well. In terms of my platform contribution, so a lot of the platform contribution stuff, screenshots and like process map stuff, I added, hands up, but yeah, this is SharePoint. And this is the language website that I contributed to, so that, yeah, shop FAQs, best-selling products. Thank you.
All right. So this is my end of internship report as a business analyst and a member of Team Agile. Introduction. I'm pleased to present to you my end of internship report as a business analyst, and the purpose of this presentation is to give you an overview of my activities and workshop during my time as an intern in Blue Sky Citadel. And in this presentation, I'll provide an overview of the sprint objective, methodologies, training, key findings, and project worked on as a business analyst. And the content are professional summaries, meetings and trainings, sprint goals, project mandates, requirement elicitation, project artifacts, career development, and tools and methodologies I used. And this is my professional summary. As a proactive business analyst with a verifiable track record of managing IT projects and exceeding expectations, I practiced in clarifying business requirements, performing gap analysis between goals and existing procedures and SESQ, and also designing process and system improvements to increase productivity and reduce cost. I possess a strong interpersonal skill, and I diplomatically facilitate discussions and negotiations with stakeholders. I'm proficient in software tools such as Visio, Balsamiq, Azure DevOps, Miro, and Excel. And the meetings and trainings I did during my time was the business analyst daily stand-up, team agile daily stand-up, career development, Microsoft Excel training, Visio training, balsamic training, Azure DevOps training, Miro training, stakeholder management and business mapping. And for sprint 1, which runs into sprint 2, we created I created a SharePoint page. And the purpose of this project is to have a go-to source for updates, cooperation, and information. And this is by assembling the tools and resources required in one handy location. And the aim is to keep every member of the team informed, engaged, and productive. And the user stories I worked on are contact us, social media, PM folder, news, and events. And these are my screenshot of the user stories I wrote for contacts, social media, then for PM folder and news and event as well. And also this is the general requirement for the sprint 1, which is the SharePoint page. Then this is the completion of the screenshot of the completion of the SharePoint page. And for sprint 3, which we started this in sprint 2, that was why I wrote sprint 2. We started from sprint 2 into sprint 3. We got the mandate for projects Longreach Way. And this is the mandate for the project. And for this, I was actually a sprint lead in sprint 2/3, sprint 2. And what we did was we created Azure board setup, created Epic features and PBI. Then we created wireframe as well, and also user journey map for this project. And this is the wireframe I created, and user journey map at my end. And this is a screenshot of the privacy policy story I worked on the Longreach Way website, which I created the privacy policy story as well, and also shipping details and payment by card. And the non-functional requirement for this sprint was for home button, header, Longreach Way logo, and sign up button, which I worked on. And these are screenshot of it as well.
1 minute left.
And this is a screenshot for the non-functional sprint. And for the functional sprint, I worked on the privacy policy and shipping details, where I created the document. This is the document for the privacy policy. This is a screenshot of it. And I worked on the payment by card story as well, alongside with my colleague. And this is a screenshot of it. And the project milestone achieved: the initial planning stage, the requirement gathering, system architectural development and integration, and user acceptance testing phase. And I worked on charter and stars. This is my home page. This is what it looks like at the moment. I worked on Amazon process mapping. I worked on racing metrics and SWOT analysis, which indicates strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat of a business. I worked on BDD.
Sorry. Can you go back again to the Amazon one, please?
This one.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sir. Can I continue, sir?
Hold on. Yeah. So this one, right? Did you do it as a group as well, or I don't get it because this is
Yeah. So when we were working on it, we worked on it as a group. We came up together during our business analyst meeting to work on the mapping.
it was not meant to be a group work, isn't it? Maybe I'm getting something wrong, right? It's not meant to be a group work. All right, let's continue anyway.
So I worked on the SWOT. This is my SWOT analysis on charters, And this is my behavioral-driven development story on Chattan's task as well. And this is my stakeholder management on Chattan's. These are descriptions and also concept of use case, and as well conflicting requirements. These are the screenshot, and also, bear with me, and the purpose of Microsoft Visio, which I worked on as well. And these are the glossaries I created on my own during this the internship. And these are the activities I participated in, which is sprint planning, daily stand-up, regular meetings and check-in, Excel, Visio, Balsamic, Miro, Azure DevOps trainings, and business analysis mapping, and user acceptance testing, and career development as well. And the problem faced were delaying project timelines, and also implemented agile methodology and also enhanced team collaboration with my teammates. Thank you.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Opeyemi Omokrulwe. I'll start off with my individual report. The agenda for today, it's the elevator speech, user story, artifacts, and the blog post. That's the Chattans. Now, my elevator speech. Oh, 1 minute, please. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Opeyemi Omokrulwe, a solution-driven business analyst with expertise in optimizing business process using predictive and adaptive approaches. With the knowledge of the Azure board and a strong background in Visio, Miro, Balsamic, Power BI, SAP, Lumira, and Crystal reporting, I bridge the gap between business needs and technical solutions through conducting thorough process mapping, writing a clear user story while giving it acceptance criteria, and developing an astute wireframe, thereby delivering data-driven insight for the stakeholders. My recent experience at Blue Sky Citadel involved collaborating with stakeholders to gather and document complex business requirements, conduct extensive research, translate them into actionable user story, streamline workflow using process mapping, and conducting UAT, user acceptance testing. With my strong marketing and business administration background, I leverage my skill to ensure alignment and satisfaction throughout project implementation, while also driving efficiency and innovation, uncovering insights that support data-driven decision-making within organizations. I would love to discuss my experience and how I can contribute to your team's success. So here I have just a screenshot of my mind map, which contains my degree, my education, this learnings and certification I've obtained rather, the my experience and my skills, which include process mapping, user story, stakeholder management, project management, change management, workflow facilitation, agile, requirement elicitation, business intelligence, communication skills, user acceptance testing, among others. So for my stories, I actually, during this sprint, from sprint 1 to 5, I was able to write 11 stories. That's 11 PBI. I'll be taking you through each one. For the first week, well, that's first sprint. I wrote story on attendance tracker and activity tracker. So for my attendance tracker, this is my user story, and my activity tracker, the user story also. For sprint 2, I wrote story on Q8 folder and team presentation. These are my PBIs, and these are my wireframe for sprint 2. For sprint 3, which was the long which we e-commerce website, that's the non-functional website. I was allocated to write about the shop icon, contact icon, and about icon. And these are the stories. This for the shop. This is for contact, the header. This is about the header. Then these are the wireframes
1 minute more.
for sprint 2. For sprint 4, which is a long which we, sorry about that, long which we functional website, I wrote about the my account and checkout. These are my PBIs: user icon functionality, my account functionality, checkout functionality, and these are my wireframes. In total, I wrote about 16, I did about 16 wireframes. So these are my wireframes for sprint 3. For sprint 4, sprint 5 rather, which is the payment platform, I wrote about PayPal, payment through PayPal, and this is the story. It has 4 scenarios, and these are the wireframes I developed during that sprint. And yeah, so these are the other artifacts we developed as a team.
Time up.
Yeah, sorry, 1 minute, please. Let me just round up. And these are the artifacts used. So for my chat hands, I answered all the 10 questions, and these are the chat hands posts. Then this is the outcome of the language page website. This is the header and the footer. Then this is your upcoming tasks that we'll be doing for the next sprint. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Patricia. So I'll be starting with my professional summary. As a seasoned business analyst, I excelled in bringing visions to life with a strong background in data analysis, process optimization, and stakeholder management. My expertise in identifying business requirements and translating them into actionable insights ensures that projects are aligned with organizational goal. As a business analyst, I enhance efficiency, increase revenue, and reduce costs through actionable insights and process involvement, leveraging industry knowledge, strategic thinking, and use of agile methodologies, Microsoft Sales, Miro, and Tableau. I have successfully led sprint planning, collaborated effectively with various stakeholders, led requirement elicitation interviews and workshops, documented the product owner vision, and communicated it in a clear manner to other stakeholders. Developed user stories and acceptance criteria, utilizing agile methodologies and carrying out user acceptance testing. So over the course of the sprints, I've been able to, next slide please, to gain a lot of knowledge. And during the course of the internship, I gained knowledge on requirement gathering, involved in requirement elicitation. I also led the sprint 3, where I can organize interviews with the product owner and liaise with other stakeholders. I created about 8 user stories and using the ask I want and so that and getting acceptance criteria. I translated all the product owners' vision into user stories that we understood by the stakeholders, and also developed a balsamic wireframe depicting a pictorial diagram of all the user stories and acceptance criteria. Next slide, please. I also carried out various deliverables like creating detailed documentation, business requirement documents, process maps, stakeholder map. I was also involved in all different form of document creation on behalf of my team members, such as racing matrix, user journey map, and among others. Then I also contributed to the preparation of sprints, led team presentation from sprint 3, utilized different tools, Excel, Microsoft Visual, Balsamic, Azure DevOps, Office 365, Miro. And I learned effective communication, brought together the team, delegated effectively, ensured that my team presentation was a success. Next slide, please. So I'll be moving to the active parts of things I developed during the sprints, from sprint 1 to sprint 5. Next slide. So this is one of the wireframe and user story on payment confirmation page on checkout. This is the balsamic wireframe depicting it, showing how I wanted it to be, and it was clearly written using the Gherkin syntax so that my other stakeholders could understand what the product owner wanted, and also bring the product owner vision to life. Next slide. So you can see this is the this was after development. They understood my request and brought it to life. So once I click on the PayPal link, I get what I wanted. I was stated in my user story and my acceptance criteria. The next slide. So this is the attendance tracker that was developed for the team for the SharePoint, which was the first project we worked on. I stated all what I wanted and also depicted it using a balsamic wireframe. Next slide. So this is the team attendance tracker. It could track all the attendance of meetings done via Teams. This is it after development. The next slide. So this also is the team charter, balsamic wireframe, and the user stories and acceptance criteria. The next slide. So this is the team charter after development on the SharePoint site. Next slide. So this is for the long range, this is the shopping cart, what I wanted. I wanted to see products in it. And I also wanted to see the checkout on continue shopping button on the long range website. Next slide. And this is post-development. They understood what I wanted, and I was what I want the product and I wanted through my wireframe and user story that I wrote. The next slide. So I also worked on team charter, and the next slide. I also worked on testimonials for the long reach website, showing how I wanted it to be, reflecting the date, the time, the ratings. Next slide. So post-development, this is the long reach website showing the testimonial with a 5-star rating, with the words, with the name and date. The testimonial was written just like I said about user story and balsamic wireframe. Next slide. Next slide. So this is the checkout page for my PayPal, showing that I want PayPal as an option, which I developed during the sprint too. Next slide. And this is the PayPal page showing post-development on the checkout page of long reach website, just like I said I wanted it, interpreting what the product owner wanted, and it was developed. Next slide. So during the sprint, I also developed additional user stories for my personal development. I went through various user stories, testimonies on them, helping me to understand how user stories are further developed. I was allocated just about 8, but I developed up to about 14 user stories. Next slide. More user stories. Next slide. User stories. Next slide. I also developed the business requirement documents for the long reach project. Next slide. Business requirement document. Next slide. Next slide. I developed the project stakeholder matrix, jointly developed it with my team member. Next slide. And the long reach process order map. Next slide. And the rest of the slides are the Chattan's questions that we answered on the Chattan site. Next slide. Chattan's question. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. And next slide. Next slide. Basically, thank you. This is my presentation.
Session by Rose of the Valley. I'm going to start off with my 3-minute elevator page. So for the purpose of this presentation tonight. I have elevator page, 3 minutes elevator page, and I post and blogs on Chattans, my PBIs, and other artifacts I created. So my name is Rose Adewale. I'm a seasoned HR professional who has successfully transitioned into business analysis with over a decade optimizing HR functions and a proven track record in talent acquisition and organizational development. I bring a unique blend of strategic thinking and operational management to the table. In my extensive career in HR, I excel in managing full optimizing payroll benefits and driving employee engagements. My role demanded strong problem-solving abilities, strategic management, and strategic approach to align organizational goals with individual goals. This experience honed my skills in effective communication and change management. Transitioning into business analysis, I've seamlessly transferred my analytical and strategic planning skills to this new role. As a business analyst, my strong analytical skill and deep understanding of business processes have been instrumental in my rapid success as a business analyst. I excel at gathering and documenting requirements, collaborating with stakeholders, successfully performed user acceptance testing, and driving process improvements to ensure project objectives are met. What sets me apart is my ability to blend my HR expertise with business analysis proficiency. This unique combination allows me to understand the intricacies of both people management and technical project requirements. My communication skills enable me to convey technical information to non-technical stakeholders effectively, and my background in change management helps me in managing organization changes smoothly. So what do I bring to the table? A strong foundation in HR and business analysis, proficiency in tools like Jira, Miro, Microsoft Visio, Balsamiq, Azure DevOps, collaborative tools, and Excel. A track record of improving process and driving organizational success through technical-driven decisions, excellent problem-solving skills, and the ability to develop innovative solutions to complex issues. So this is me in summary: ability, skill, intelligence, competence, experience, expertise, and capability. So because of the time, I'll quickly run through my Chattans, my blogs on Chattans. I answered all 10 questions given. So these are what I posted on Chattans Visio. Methodologies in concepts of business analysis. Concept of rating matrix, BDD, effective acceptance criteria, the concept of use case continuation.
1 minute left.
All right. So this is my journey about this is my journey from sprint 1 to sprint 5, from SharePoint to Long Reach Way. So sprint 1, I wrote two PBIs, team details and team responsibilities. And these are what I did on Azure board. These are my artifacts. Team details, this is the wireframe of team roles and responsibilities and the user stories on Azure board. Also on sprint 2, I did sprint demo and BA folder. My wireframe for sprint demo continuation. For BA folder also, my user story and wireframe. Long Reach Way project, I did banner, product image and details of products. My user story on banner, my wireframe on banner, product image, product name, wireframe. Then sprint 4, I did home header functionality, logo header functionality, and home footer functionality. So these are my PBIs, my artifacts, my PBIs. So sprint 5, payments and other artifacts. So these are my user story, which I did with my colleague, payment gateway scenarios, which had about 8 scenarios. This is wireframe continuation and wireframe, the payment gateway as well. Then sign up functionality. A colleague of ours was not available, so I stepped in to write the sign up functionality, which is part of what I did on Azure board. Sign up for functionality continuation, my PBI's continuation. So this is definition of done and definition of ready, which I which was part of my contribution to the team as well. My rating matrix and the use case for Long Reach Way projects, the SharePoint mind map, the long reach way mind map, the artifact, the glossary analysis, my business analysis glossary of terms and buzzwords, racing traceability matrix. Then this is what we did, what I did with the team on process map. Thank you.
So I'm Shadrach Ugine. I'm a business analyst. So I'll take you through the summary. We have the first professional summary. I'm going to talk about the professional summary, my professional summary. I'm going to talk about the product backlog. I'm going to talk about the wireframe and also the shatters. So for my professional summary, I am a result-driven business analyst with 3 months of experience in analyzing business need, developing detailed requirement specification, and implementing innovation solutions to improve efficiency and drive business success. I expertise in process mapping, data analysis, and stakeholder management, with a strong ability to bridge the gap between technical teams and business users. I'm proficient in utilizing a wide range of tools such as Balsamic, Microsoft Office, Azure methodology to translate complex business requirements into action-enabled technical specifications. I have a proven track record in delivering projects on time and within budget, while maintaining a high standard of quality and compliance. I adapt at leading cross-functional teams, conducting gap analysis, and facilitating workshops to gather and validate requirements. I am committed to continuously improvement and fostering collaborative environment to achieve business objective. So on this internship, we worked on 2 projects mainly, which was the language project and Team SharePoint portal. On the Team SharePoint portal, I did quite a few user stories, PBIs as well. So these are some of the PBIs I did on the Team SharePoint portal. These are also some of the wireframe I did. This is not all of the wireframe, but I just had 2 just for the time. So this is like 2 of the wireframe I did from all of these stories I wrote on the Team SharePoint portal. And talking about the long wish way e-commerce website. So this I had about 3 of user stories written down, PBIs written down. So these are those screenshots of the PBIs for the long wish way, and also wireframes as well for the long wish way. And I and one of my colleagues, Faith, we were both grouped to do a initiation document. So this is the initiation document for the long wish way project. And on shatters, we're giving quite a few topics to upload on there, and these are some of the topics I spoke on. The purpose for why BA would need a VCO, we need a Microsoft VCO or Draw.io. So these are some of the answers: process mapping and modeling, requirement visualization, system design and architecture, gap analysis, stakeholder communication and collaboration, prototyping and wireframing, documentation and reporting. These are for the purpose of why BA would need a Microsoft VC or Draw.io. This is also, I also had a question on how to set up a Microsoft. So these are steps on how to set up a Microsoft VCO for beginners. And that's me done. Thank you.
My name is Temi, and I'm a BA currently on the business analysis internship with Blue Sky Citadel, and I'll be presenting on my internship with Blue Sky Citadel. So here's the agenda for this presentation. So I'll be going through my professional summary.
Yeah, I think you need to present the right one. This is not the right one.
Okay.
So you need to present the right screen.
Okay. So my name is Temi Shadare, and I'm a BA on Long Reach Way, Blue Sky. Sorry, I do apologize. The Blue Sky Citadel internship, which I started in April 2024. And briefly, I would be going through my slides for this presentation. So here is the agenda for this presentation. I've got my professional summary, which is my elevator pitch, Chattan's post, and my internship overview and artifacts. My name is Temi. I'm a flexible, adaptable, and goal-oriented business analyst focused on bridging the gap between business objectives and technical IT solutions. I have extensive experience in business process analysis and optimization, driving business improvements, and managing stakeholder expectations, which has enabled me to effectively translate complex business needs into actionable strategies to enhance operational efficiency and drive business growth. Through my professional career, I've adapted projects to successful outcomes through the application of both waterfall and agile methodologies. My expertise in utilizing BA analysis tools such as Azure DevOps, Balsamiq, just to mention a few, enables me to capture and document requirements elicited from stakeholders, deliver project deliverables by consistently adhering to budgetary constraints and effectively utilizing limited resources to achieve results that align with the organization's goals. I'm passionate about supporting businesses navigate and manage change to achieve sustainable success through effective collaboration with cross-functional project and development teams, managing expectations through effective communication, and achieving successful business outcomes. I've recently completed a project to develop an e-commerce website for a leading health and beauty products company. This was to produce a robust solution initiated to align with the company's strategic objectives to expand its digital presence, enhance customer experience, and streamline its operations. Equipped with my broad technical skill sets encompassing business requirements engineering, SWOT analysis, gap analysis, business process analysis and modeling, user acceptance testing, and use of extensive diagramming tools, I was pivotal to delivering the business process change required by the organization in line with the organization's visions and strategic objectives. I believe my skills and experience would enable me to make an immediate impact on your team and organization. Here are my posts on Chattans. We had 5 tasks, and I wrote on all 10, 10 tasks, and I wrote on all 10. The behavior-driven development in business analysis, highlighting the giving, when, then, Gherkin syntax. And thereafter, I talked about the use case diagram and its importance to me as a business analyst, and I did a mock-up of my own attempt of a customer online process. I talked about SWOT analysis, alternatives to SWOT analysis that a BA can implement, and also why I would choose SWOT analysis over other alternatives. I had to write on managing stakeholders with conflicting requirements, which I highlighted on this post, process mapping, and I through this did a mock of my own, a high-level process map of the Amazon website. This is not very visible due to the screenshots, but it's documented on the Chattans website. I also talked about stakeholder management and requirements assessment, highlighting the importance of a power index interest matrix, the uses, and also the challenges of eliciting requirements from stakeholders. I went ahead to also write on the racing matrix, blueprints for project success, methodologies and tools in business analysis, my use of the Draw.io application, and if the methodologies I have been able to use and understand during my training. An overview of my internship. So my goal going into this was to equip myself with the skills, knowledge, and the practical experience to excel as a business analyst. And this is my internship journey, highlighting the soft skills I've gotten, the professional development, tools and techniques, business processes I've been exposed to, career exploration sessions, my technical skills, and also my involvement in the internship. So during this internship, I've been privileged to participate on 2 projects. So we had the Team Agile SharePoint project and the Long Reach e-commerce project. And here, quickly, I'll run through my backlog items. So team name for the SharePoint project, team logo, PBI and the wireframe, the footer story and the wireframe, general folder, PBI and the wireframe, the project specific pages and the wireframe, sprint review, PBI and the wireframe. And also I've got screenshots of the SharePoint here, just highlighting the deliverables based on the user stories I had written. I'll quickly run through those as well. And for the long-term website, we have got the mandate, which I translated into a requirements mind map, and also the backlog items which I did produce, the homepage and wireframes, the long tray logo, quick links, wireframes, about and card buttons and wireframes, the login button wireframes, the login button functionality wireframes, as well as the Apple Store functionality and the respective wireframes, Google Play, PBIs and the wireframes as well, shop button and cookies policy, and also the wireframes for that. I tried my hands on the long-reach website process map for the login process, and also a use case which I practiced after our session with a mentor. I also developed my own personal business analysis glossary, and also did a CV mind map, which on the advice of product sponsor, which we use as for my own career and CV development. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, my name is Oluwole Akipele. I'm a business analyst, and this is my end of program report. Agenda is I'm going to be talking about my professional summary, the artifacts I created, project I worked on, the wireframes, and the chart and tags. My professional summary, yes. I'm actually an experienced and passionate business analyst with a robust background in healthcare with over 8 years of expertise and over 3 months experience as a business analyst with Blue Sky Citadel. I am proficient in requirements gathering, stakeholder management, process improvement, business analysis methodologies and tools, such as the Microsoft Visio, the Drio, the business process model and notation, the balsamic, and the use case diagram. I am experienced in analyzing complex data and business processes to drive strategic decisions. I have demonstrated capability in requirement elicitation through interviews, workshops, surveys, and meetings. My critical analytical thinking, attention to details, project management, and communication skills point when I work in the healthcare industry are actually highly transferable and are essential for business process optimization. I am a dedicated team player with the ability to effectively manage and achieve project goals as required by stakeholders. I am dedicated to leveraging a diverse set of skills to research, analysis, and design effective business solutions, consistently improving business systems and processes. I am bringing forth a proven track record of effectively researching and analyzing business processes and procedures, and designing and implementing business solutions. I'm a professional business analyst that will bring analysis to your business and provide profound solutions to your organization. Thank you. That's just a copy or a picture of that. Yeah, so I'll just jump straight into it. This is actually a mind map of a CV which I created after Mr. DG took us through. And yeah, this is the project I actually worked on. Actually, it was opportunity to work on the Longbridge e-commerce website. And I was actually also opportunity to be the Sprint 5 lead lead for Sprint 5. User stories that I've actually written in the course of my this internship program is 8, and the wireframes I've created actually over 10. And the tools I'm actually very conversant of using are actually the Microsoft Azure DevOps, the Balsamic to create wireframes, the Microvisio for use case diagrams, Drio for process maps, and Miro for mind maps. Yeah, this is actually my prep major. So as an intern coming into the internship, I tried as much as possible to catch up because I came a bit late. So this is actually my prep major engagement. And then this was just a bit of step-by-step guide that I just developed on my way on how I was able to transit fully and probably get myself on board with Blue Sky Citadel. You know, getting the introduction to the Citadel on the onboarding process, created an account for Prep Major, and was added to various groups on Telegram, was added to Azure DevOps, was added to Balsamic, did a lot of personal studies, watched videos on Prep Major, attended daily DSU. This attended daily trainings and schedules, worked on several projects, created various documents and artifacts, was appointed as a sprint lead, and engagement with PO, that means during enlistation, involvement during enlistation as well. And this is actually one of the wireframes I was able to create as the first timer on this. And yes, I've actually improved on all my wireframes now. This is the wireframe I created for the long read checkout page showing the recapture. This is the wireframe I created for the organic products, and that's what it looks like there. The wireframe I created for the trend
1 minute more
on the long read e-commerce website. The artifact I created. Another artifact I created, I worked with other colleagues. This is the mind map I created for the language payment gateway. This is the change request document I created with one of the partners. These are my PBIs that I've actually written and approved, and some of them are already done and developed. These are still extra wireframes. And this is my being conversant with the Assured Devote, showing all the projects we've been working on. This is what trendy product looks like on the real website page. This is the checkout page for the long read websites, and these are my check and tags. I've been able to, as a subject matter expert, I've been able to create a lot of questions around, being a business analyst, Draw.io, and the likes. How to install Draw.io. Why does the business analyst use Visio and the other applications, and the purposes as well? So there. I'll just quickly run through this. Thank you. And the different things, this is actually talking about the process maps, all the key symbols and what they mean and what they do. Yeah, this are actually different models. Yeah, business analysis, frameworks and methodologies, business process modeling, Agile and Scrum, Porter's 5 forces, pestle analysis, the SWOT analysis. I talked explicitly on that. And this is basically what requirement elicitation techniques that we have. Yes, I also talked on briefly explained stakeholder management as a business analyst point of view, requirement engineering.
Time more, please.
Yes, that's I think that's just about all. Let me just quickly run through it. Yes, the MESCO method. Yes, I created the BDD and the TDD as well, acceptance criteria. Talked extensively on it. And yes, this is actually a picture showing that I've actually completed my the end of internship task 1 and task 2. Thank you.